and welcome to Verdictum. I am Ananya Singh and you're watching today's legal news, where we update you with the recent important legal developments across the nation. Let's take a look at the headlines. Supreme Court Collegium recommends names of 3 High Court Chief Justices to be appointed as Supreme Court judges. Karnataka High Court initiates suo motu case to frame guidelines on child custody disputes. Kerala High Court's division bench set aside order banning fireworks in the state. Bombay High Court allows fireworks on Diwali, but only for 3 hours. Allahabad High Court reprimands Swami Prasad Maurya for his interpretation of couplets of Ramcharitmanas. Now let's take a detailed look on the headlines. The Collegium of the Supreme Court, headed by the Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, and also comprising Justice S.K. Kaul, Justice Sanjeev Khanna, Justice B.R. Gavai and Justice Suryakant, has recommended the name of 3 High Court Chief Justices to be appointed as judges of the Supreme Court. The names recommended by the Collegium include Justice Satish Chandra Sharma, who is the Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court presently, Rajasthan High Court Chief Justice August George Masih and Justice Sanjeev Mehta, the Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court. The Collegium said that after carefully evaluating the merit, integrity and competence of eligible Chief Justices, the Collegium finds them to be deserving and suitable in all respects for being appointed as judges of the Supreme Court of India. If the recommendations made by the Collegium are approved by the central government, the top court will have a full strength of 34 judges. Presently, the Apex Court is working at a strength of 31 judges, with the superannuation of Justice S. Ravindra Bhatt in October, Justice V. Ramasubramaniam in June, and Justice Krishna Murari in July this year. The Karnataka High Court initiated a case on its own in order to frame guidelines in child custody disputes. A division bench of the High Court, comprising the Chief Justice Prasanna B. Varale along with Justice Krishna S. Dikshit, issued notices to the state as well as the central government, asking them to file their submissions on a petition seeking to frame guidelines on the issue of involvement of psychologists to assess the psyche of children in custody battles that take place during matrimonial cases. The petition states that parents involved in matrimonial disputes coerce the impressionable minds of minor children into believing that one of the parents can take better care of them, and persuasive methods such as involving grandparents of children is used to impress them in order to win custody. The bench observed that matters involving custody of the child are also required to be looked at not only from the legal and technical aspect, but its psychological aspect too, as it is the child which is the most affected in matrimonial disputes. A division bench of the Kerala High Court, comprising the Chief Justice A.J. Desai and Justice V.G. Arun, has set aside the order of a single judge bench of the High Court, which banned fireworks in the state and directed the government to conduct raids at all religious places to seize illegal fireworks. The state government appealed against the decision passed on November 3rd by Justice Amit Rawal, who issued directions that no crackers shall be burst in religious places at odd times, and that no holy books commands the bursting of crackers for pleasing God. The state government in its appeal submitted that the order by the single judge comes on a petition that did not pray for such a direction from the court. The state government, on the remark of no commandment to please God, further pointed out that there are many religious festivals and events in the state wherein the display of fireworks is an essential part of and have been carried out since time immemorial. The state government requested the setting aside of the order, stating that binding precedents regarding the kind of bans that can be imposed on bursting firecrackers were ignored by the single judge bench. The High Court today set aside the said order and also clarified that the restriction of bursting firecrackers is only between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. instead of the odd time as mentioned vaguely in the order of the single judge. Diwali and the issue of bursting firecrackers has been prevalent for many years now. Many people cite environmental concerns due to firecrackers, and courts across the nation issue directions as to how the firecrackers can be used, if at all their use is allowed. Now, after the Kerala High Court, the High Court of Bombay allowed the bursting of firecrackers on Diwali, but only for 3 hours. A division bench of the High Court, comprising the Chief Justice D.K. Upadhyay and Justice Girish Kulkarni, directed that in view of the heavy air pollution and the poor AQI in Mumbai, firecrackers can only be burst between 7 pm to 10 pm on Diwali. The bench asked all municipal corporations in the Mumbai metropolitan region to comply with the directives. The directives by the High Court come while it was hearing a suo motu public interest litigation, which alleged the rising levels of air quality index in Mumbai and sought remedial measures. The court noted that now the time has come to make a decision between disease-free environment or burning firecrackers on Diwali. In addition to its partial ban on firecrackers, the High Court also put a temporary halt to movement of construction debris to and from construction sites in Mumbai till Diwali. The High Court further ordered constitution of a two-member committee comprising the Director of Public Health Services and Director of the National Environmental Engineering Research Institute to monitor and supervise daily on the actions taken by the MMR municipal corporation authorities. The Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court has reprimanded Legislative Council member and Samajwadi Party leader Swami Prasad Maurya for his interpretation of couplets from the holy book of Hindus Ramcharitmanas. A bench of Justice Subhash Vidyarthi, while cautioning against the language that could potentially offend the religious sentiments of a community, stressed that it is important that the couplets from the holy book are interpreted in a proper context. The High Court's statement implies that while Maurya has a right to have his own independent interpretation, which might be different from other scholars, he must be mindful of the potential impact on religious feelings of others and refrain from causing unnecessary disturbance while using words of criticism. The court then interpreted the couplets as understood by scholars. The remarks by the High Court come on a plea filed by Maurya seeking to quash criminal proceedings against him in Pratapgarh Court for allegedly burning copies of the Ramcharitmanas. The High Court refused to quash criminal proceedings, stating that from the records, a prima facie case against Maurya is made out, and hence the proceedings of the lower court cannot be set aside. Maurya has defended his actions, stating that he has freedom of speech and expression. He had earlier demanded a ban on the couplet from the holy book, terming the same derogatory towards women and Dalits. That was all on today's legal news. Thank you and keep watching Verdictum and subscribe to our channel and download the Verdictum app on iOS and Android to keep yourself updated with authentic legal news.